programa que arranca metiendo con todo. En H2 el 97.3 la fiesta se formó. La música con variedad de tocamos desde salsa hasta reggaetón. Un vacilón, este es el show de la mañana en el tapón. Son un bombón, tírame heavy, let's go. Esto es el show de la mañana, el show. Esto es el show de la mañana, el show. Esto es el show de la mañana, el show. Esto es el show de la mañana, el show.
Este es el show de la mañana con Elio
y Mafer.
Este es el show de la mañana, el show.
Eso.
And we're back.
Big time. La tercera hora del show de la mañana. Ya regresamos, señoras y señores, aquí en Tu Fiesta Radio, celebrando nuestra música y este servidor. Una vez más, Elio Piedra,
Mafer
y Esther.
Óigame, vamos a darle la bienvenida. We are gonna welcome and we're gonna be talking. Óigame, Spanish, English, Italian. No, ya hablamos italiano un poquito. Spanglish. Vamos a hablar Spanglish porque le vamos a dar la bienvenida aquí al show de la mañana en esta tercera hora, representando aquí Escalmiria, también nuestra familia Escalmiria y Carrillo Source de North Central Florida. Bethany, eso es.
Welcome, Beth.
Bienvenida. Welcome to the morning show. We're gonna kind of like throw some Spanish words to practice, right? A little bit. How you doing? How you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling great. How about you guys?
Great to have you here.
Yes, thank you so much for having me today. I'm really excited to be here and tell you more about Career Source North Central Florida.
Wonderful.
Awesome. Y Career Source, I want to kind of like explain in Spanish first. Para que usted sepa, Career Source, como bien dice, un source, es como una fuente, ¿verdad? Es como una fuente de trabajo, de información para las personas que están buscando o empleados o empleadores, ¿ok? Si usted está buscando trabajo, pues Career Source es el lugar para ti. O si usted es un empleador, una empresa y está buscando empleados, usted también tiene la oportunidad, pues, de encontrar esos empleados que, por supuesto, necesitan ciertos requerimientos. Vamos a hablar ahora de eso. So let's talk about Career Source a little bit.
Yes. So I think you already touched on it a little bit, but Career Source is working with both employers and employees. And the overall goal is that we want to enhance the community by supporting local businesses and boosting the economy. So we want to provide the employees with quality training to help them find high-skill jobs, high-wage jobs. And then on the employer end, we want to provide employers with opportunities to connect with people that are looking for jobs and train employees if needed for those jobs.
Nice.
Wonderful. The best part about this is, of course, the two-way connection, right?
Yes.
Between the employee, you guys, and any other entity that forms part of you that help you through that process. But what are not the qualifications, but how is it that you guys help the employee? Like, say, the employee get a person to work with them.
The employee?
The employee, yeah.
Yeah, so there's different ways.
How he get a job,
Yeah, the employee, employer. Those words are so close.
They just change for one letter.
Just one letter, and it's very different. So with the employees, we call it partnerships because we want to work with you. We want to find out what are you looking for. Do they need certain skills? And then we have employees coming in looking for jobs, so we can match those employees with employers based off what each party's looking for with skills and just with job description. And then there's also a lot of opportunities to be a part of the community outreach. So Career Source North Central Florida, we're gonna go to tabling events. We might host events. So for hosting events, we'll want employers to be part of that event to help draw in talent. And then if we're attending events, we're finding employees that we can then connect with those employers. So it's all about the connection, like you said, kind of being that person in the middle that's helping those two parties find each other. And then if there's any gaps in between, helping fill those gaps. So if you need a specific skill but you don't have it, we can help you gain that skill.
That's interesting. And it's not just because you guys find the person or find the employee to to get through this, but also the trainings.
Yes.
You guys provide them with the service to actually make it to the job, or for the employer to actually feel confident about the employee that he's hiring.
Exactly.
And you have a very variety of training: project management, Microsoft Office, human resources, which is very key in every business.
Yes.
Accounting, leadership, which is also very important. Sometimes when people are in situations like they don't feel maybe super worthy, or maybe they have imposter syndrome as well. They don't feel like they are the right person for that. You guys provide them this type of training to boost that confidence.
So let's translate what type of training, because let's little Spanish.
Los training que ellos tienen también es no nada más de que te buscan el empleado o el empleador, ¿verdad? Para estos tipos de trabajo, pero te proveen, te rellenan con trainings como manejo de project management, manejo de proyectos, recursos humanos, Microsoft Office, te enseñan a usar todo lo que entra en Microsoft Office como tal. Eso es Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. Tenemos accounting, tenemos también liderazgo y team building, que es muy importante. Entonces lo que yo le comento a ella no es que es nada más son la conexión, pero muchas veces hay personas que están buscando por trabajo y no tienen los recursos necesarios para poderlo conseguir. O no se sienten confidentes 100% como para ser parte de ese trabajo, y ellos los llenan un poco, le dan como ese boost en cuanto a eso. También hay certificados de IT, que sabemos que ahorita IT está booming.
Oh, yes.
Every business, every company needs an IT person, and it's not just one, there is a lot of them. They all do different things. So
mucho trabajo, muchas oportunidades. Así que si usted está buscando o trabajo, empleo, o conoce a alguien que esté buscando trabajo, este es su momento de dejarnos un comentario. Pues ahí, ya sea en nuestro streaming, nos puede escribir a través de la aplicación de Tu Fiesta Radio y nos puede pues hacer la pregunta. Pero sí, como estamos compartiendo aquí, pues there is a lot of opportunities out there, especially with career source in North Central Florida. I want to ask you this. So what's the best way and the most effective one to communicate in case I am interested, right? Or looking for jobs?
Yeah, I say come in to Career Source. So there's 2 office locations. There's one in Stark, and then the Gainesville office is on Main Street, so right off of Main Street and 10th. And if you walk in the door, that's going to be the best way, I think, to really get involved, because the first thing we'll do is a skills assessment. So we'll figure out where you are at, and then if you want a certain job, we're going to then decide, okay, based off where your skills are now and where you want to go, here's what we can do. So if you need more school, if you didn't finish your GED, or you need to work on your English skills, or whatever it may be, we figure out, okay, where are you? Where do you need to go? How do we get there? And it's one-on-one like that. But you could also call and talk to someone like that. And then if you're just looking for more information, the Career Source website, careersourcencfl.com. So I would just say try to get connected with a person as soon as possible. Just come in or call us, and we will just start working together right away.
Great. And how about the interviews? Do you guys do interviews by in the Career Source or in the in the employer?
Do you mean interviews for the job that they're looking for? So we will not host the interview, but we can prepare them for the interview. So we can do interview practice, interview prep. So let's say, you found that dream job, but you're not sure if you're going to get the interview, or once you get the interview, you don't know what to do. We can do that planning and prep with you so that you're going to be successful in your interview.
What about the resume? That's a good, very good question. What about the resume in case you want to go to the interview, but you don't have the resume ready? Sometimes they ask you, before you leave, give me your resume. Can you guys help with that?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we can help with just creating the template for your resume, or even building your resume. So we look at your resume and we say, okay, this is a great starting point. They're looking for XYZ. Let's get this certification on your resume, or let's have this work experience. Let's add that on here, so we can help you create and design your resume for that job as well.
Muy importante para nuestra comunidad hispana, que hay muchos profesionales que pues se han relocalizado, se han mudado acá a la Florida, que vienen con mucha experiencia también, ¿verdad? Y lo que necesitan es nada más como esta parte del papeleo, de adaptarse a la manera de acá. Entonces ellos te pueden ayudar a reformar tu resumen. Quizás ya lo tienes, pero tienes que reformarlo un poco a cómo lo manejan acá, y la preparación para la entrevista también.
Claro, es una muy buena guía porque muchas veces cuando estamos buscando un empleo, podemos tener, por ejemplo, estás buscando un empleo de secretaria, pero tienes en el resumen que trabajaste de mesera hace 4 años atrás. No puedes, tú sabes, mezclar, tienes que tratar como de construir ese resumen de tal manera que en base a ese trabajo, que ese empleador pues vea que tú tienes los skills, ¿verdad? It's a good guide to build a good resume for that job, a specific job.
We're sharing a little bit like we have so many people in our community that have either relocated for some places in Florida or from abroad, so many migrants that they come with some experience already, but they just need that type of guidance in how to present themselves, how to do the CV. And she made a good point, like sometimes you're looking for one type of job, but what you have in your resume is something totally different. And it's just kind of like putting on perspective, like, would this make sense for this type of job? Exactly. So you guys are the perfect place to be helping and guiding them on that.
Yeah, and the formatting of the resume is more important than ever because a lot of applications are going through the computer before they're ever getting to a person. And sometimes if it's not formatted correctly, the system will just immediately boot out your resume. So it never makes it through because it's running through the computer. It needs to look a certain way. So that formatting we can help with. And then like you said, sometimes you just have all this experience, but you don't know how to tailor it to be relevant to that job. And you're like, I know I can do this. Definitely. I just don't know how to say I can do it. And those are the things that we can help with the resume building.
Lovely. Great. You also have kind of like a job service and vocational training, right? Yes. Which is specifically for young adults, people between 16 and 24 years old. He mentioned a good point, like, what about high school dropout, college dropout? It's kind of like in that age range. Tell me more about that program itself.
Yes, so that is our work experience program for youth. And so we call it WEX, work experience. And it's for ages 16 to 24. And you don't have to have any experience to begin with because we're going to help you gain that experience. So you'll be basically placed into an internship program, and the employer is going to provide the mentorship that you need to grow into the job, into the role. And we focus on those soft skills, so teamwork, leadership, all of those things that are not as tangible. Those are the skills that we're working on. And then padding your resume. So it's kind of like your starter job of, okay, now I can do this. I know I can do this. Here's an example of how I did this well. How can I get to that next role? So even if you don't have a degree, you can start this program with us because it's all about work experience.
Exacto, entonces queremos para un poquito como resumir y también traducir a las personas que no hablan inglés y que están ahí en sintonía, pues a la expectativa. Career Source de North Central Florida es pues básicamente una fuente de trabajo y también una fuente para esos negocios que están buscando empleados, que pudiéramos decir el puente, como mismo Bethany estaba explicando, es like a bridge between the employee and y del empleado. Pues para traducir un poquito, es el mejor puente que tenemos aquí en nuestra comunidad. Yo diría que me atrevo a decir en el norte de Florida, porque no importa donde usted esté, siempre usted es bienvenido. You are welcome, no matter where you're coming from, right?
Exactly.
And you can just walk in, puede caminar, entrar a la oficina y ahí hablar con pues todo el personal, que es fantástico. De hecho, tenemos un video buenísimo que es como un tutorial explicando, explaining when you get in, what's the process. You sign in, te va a atender la recepcionista, después pasa con la persona pues capacitada para entrenarte. Hay muchas vías, hay muchas carreras, hay muchas oportunidades, ojo, para las personas que están buscando trabajo, y siempre hay personas buscando trabajo, because there is people all the time coming to town that they are brand new.
Mira, incluso Elio, agregando eso que tú estás diciendo, no todos los trabajos son nada más en la ciudad, o quizás el trabajo que tú estás buscando, más alguna de las aplicaciones que ellos tienen abierta en cualquier parte de la Florida, y puedes hasta relocalizarte para ese lugar. Es también una opción.
Oye, qué importante eso. Escucha qué importante. Si usted está en otro lugar fíjese, puede ya aplicar y beneficiarse. O sea, there is many ways that Career Source of North Central Florida can help you y you want to help yourself. Ahora, el paso está, ¿quieres ayudarte a ti mismo? ¿Conoces a alguien? ¿Estás buscando trabajo o conoces a alguien que está buscando trabajo? Contacta con Career Source of North Central Florida. Por ejemplo, aquí Career Source de North Central Florida nos acaba de dejar un comentario en nuestro streaming en Facebook, que estamos en vivo, en directo en Facebook y nuestro canal de YouTube, y ahí tienen el enlace. You have the link on the description, ahí mismo en the comments, para si conoces a alguien. Because we always have a friend, a cousin, somebody that just came. And in that matter, let me ask you this. If we have someone, right, let's say that came, I will put my country as an example, from Cuba. Yeah. And they don't have all the immigration paperwork. But what is the basic, right? The basic paperwork that they might need once they got to the United States?
Work permit.
I think it depends on the type of work they're looking for. So because we can train people for trade jobs that are more hands-on, like plumbing, electrician, XYZ. But we also have more technical jobs like IT. So I just say that the starting point is just come in and talk to us and let us help you figure out what those things are.
Porque yo entiendo, I understand that, I mean, talking with, when we were actually developing the entire script, I learned from Ana that you guys have even a system that supports people that they might not have the work permit yet, but you guys help them how to get there as well. And once you, I think the Social Security is one of the things that is the most important thing. Yeah. And once you get that, you can actually keep moving. So eso es muy importante que se sepa también. O sea que si no tienes, por acá dice, y chico, lo buena pregunta, el papeleo. Claro, porque ¿qué pasa? O sea, el trabajo es esencial. I mean, you are seeking for jobs, awesome. But what about your paperwork? Is that in place? Not only your resume, but your legal status. Talking about our demographic, which is the Latin community, and we support, obviously, we are immigrants, and we support our immigrant community. We want to make sure that they understand and they are informed regarding the paperwork. Queremos que, pues, estar claros, ¿verdad? Claritos como el agua en cuanto a cuál es el papeleo que se requiere para los trabajos. Por acá Maribel Santos Music, saludito. Mira, nuestra amiga Maribel Mafe, que la entrevistamos hace poquito. Eso.
Saludos. Gracias por estar en sintonía.
Gracias por la sintonía. Ana Mendoza, saluditos, Ana.
Saludos, Ana.
Ana dice, let's assess your skills and we can take it from there. Ahí está.
Perfecto.
Qué maravilla. Eso, vamos a conocer qué habilidades tiene.
Question. Actually, it's more like kind of like a curiosity. What are the green jobs pipeline?
The green jobs pipeline. So there's a lot of job opportunities in green jobs. So sustainability, environmental, yes, especially in Gainesville. That's a big focus in Gainesville. So we actually have an event coming up this weekend with the Southwest Advocacy Group. We'll have a table there, and it's the Green Jobs community event. And so that event itself is all about what are some opportunities in town with green jobs, and then how do you get those jobs? What do you need to know? What do you need to do? And it's really just about getting people trained to work in the field of sustainability, which is huge nowadays.
Yes. Definitely. Yeah. Especially in our area, as you mentioned.
Yes. Yeah, Gainesville is very green.
Me encanta. I love it. I remember last year when we were at the helicopter
of course,
ride.
Everything was
green, but super clean. I haven't seen a town as clean as Gainesville from above. It's awesome. I was so proud of Gator Nation. So, como dice Ana, ven, anímate y visítanos aquí en Career Source de North Central Florida. So, wake up, take some coffee here at Pompey's Cuban Bakery at the corner y go to Career Source here in Gainesville, Florida. Como Mafe nos compartía, si usted también está buscando oportunidades en otras localidades de nuestro estado de la Florida, pues puedes beneficiarte con Career Source de North Central Florida, fuente de trabajo, el puente que necesitas para, una vez lo cruces ya, estás ahí con
claro. Y Career Source de verdad que es una plataforma para buscar trabajo excelente, porque ahí tienes todo, es una conexión de todo. Certificación, te dan el entrenamiento necesario para tú ser capaz en ese trabajo que estás buscando. También te conectan con esas agencias, porque muchas veces mayormente los hispanos, cuando venimos aquí a Estados Unidos, nos ponemos a buscar en plataformas como Indeed, esas cosas que muchas veces hay scams ahí.
Hay que tener cuidado.
Hay que tener mucho cuidado. So, con Career Source, they connect you with those companies that are legit, and puedes estar seguro de que es algo.
El proceso puede ser más fluido.
Claro, puede ser más fluido.
Vamos a hacer un ejercicio. Let's make an exercise really quick. Okay. We're gonna ask you to tag a friend that you know that is looking for a job. Tag a friend in the comments that you know that they are seeking, or maybe they have a job but they want to improve, right? Because there's so many opportunities. Okay, imagínate aprender estas herramientas de Microsoft y todas estas cosas que pues quizás tienes el interés, pero aún no te has decidido. Vamos a hacer este ejercicio. Etiqueta a un amigo, a una amiga, a una persona en los comentarios. Etiqueta a esta persona que sabes que está buscando o mejorar su trabajo o buscar un trabajo porque no tiene, ¿verdad? En los comentarios, y contáctalo. Ya de una vez lo estás ayudando con Career Source, porque yo le iba a decir, comparta comparta este segmento, compártelo en un grupo de Facebook, compártelo, envíeselo por mensaje de texto, copiando el link. Y mira lo que están hablando aquí en Tu Fiesta Radio. Tenemos a Career Source North Central Florida, represented today by Bethany.
Yes.
Bethany, I have one more question that just came to my mind.
Yes.
What about continuous education? So someone who already have their background, but they want to get more skills, they want to get trained, maybe leadership. Do they have the opportunity to approach you guys and just be part of a leadership training, and that's it, not even looking for jobs or so, or what's the process in that part?
Absolutely. I like that Elio just kind of touched on that too, that it can be soft entry-level skills, but it can also be just continuing education. So you have a job, but you want to expand and you want more skills. So between the work experience opportunities where you're working on the job, that might be better for someone trying to get in to something new. But we also have online training. So we have metrics e-learning, and there's over 6,000 courses on that. And so it's just a great way for you to come in. You can actually access it anywhere. You don't have to come in. If you have internet access, you can do this at home through Career Source. Metrics e-learning, 6,000 courses. So yes, there are continuing education opportunities. There's so many training opportunities that pretty much any skill you're looking to expand, we can help with.
Perfect. So, do you have to register, pay for it? What's kind of like that process on the website?
Yeah, so it's provided at no cost to you, and it's accessible online anywhere. There's no real like eligibility requirements. Wonderful. You just have to be able to access the internet. So I will say too, if you don't have internet at home, you can even go to the library, or you can come into Career Source, and we have computers there that we can help you through the process. You can log on at one of our computers and start your training.
Muy bien, muy importante para todos aquellos profesionales que nos están escuchando, que quizás no están interesados en ningún tipo de training como tal en específico, o de buscar empleo, pero quieren continuar con su educación. Pueden también registrarse online en este tipo de trainings y adquirir el conocimiento a través de la plataforma que ella nos comenta, que se llama Metrics e-Learning. Todos online, libre de costos, así que there you go. ¿Qué más quieren? Que pida más un goloso.
Ahí está.
Así es, Maffer.
Life for real.
Y tienen mucha variedad también en cuanto a los entrenamientos, como menciona Beth. O sea que puedes elegir estudiar, capacitarte para ser secretaria, como puedes capacitarte en otras áreas profesionales, que está excelente. And Beth, I have a question.
Yes.
What about the federal and state grants? How can you apply for those?
So the federal and state grants are really what's funding us to provide those services at no cost to the employees.
Great.
And sometimes to the employers too. So we have a salary reimbursement program where if we're placing someone with an employer and they need training, if the employee is eligible, we can reimburse the employer for the wages that they are paying that person while they're in training.
Wow.
So
What would need the employee to be kind of like to fit on that path?
It depends on the job. But that's why we say just come in and let us figure it out with you, because it's different case by case. But yes, they do have to meet some eligibility requirements depending on the job. And then that's just another opportunity for us to provide something for employers and employees at no cost to them. So those grants help us provide those services.
Very important what you just mentioned, that Ana is actually also leaving a comment regarding that in Spanish. todos nuestros servicios son gratuitos. So all of your services are free because the government is already paying for it. ¿Usted está escuchando esto? ¿Usted está escuchando esto? ¿Usted está escuchando lo que yo estoy escuchando?
Está sorprendente.
Este tipo de cosas son las que son buenas cuando son gratis.
Exactamente.
Porque nada en esta vida es gratis.
No, y lo que, and you know, I get amazed when people are like, oh, there is no jobs. When people are commenting that in the United States, it's hard to find a job. And in Florida, there is a lot of jobs. There is a lot of opportunities. You just need to be willing to put in the work. And you know the only work that you got to do? Walking to the office. Si usted entra caminando, y uno dice caminando porque aquí le llamamos walk-ins, ¿verdad? Visite la oficina, es lo que le quiero decir. Visite la oficina de Carrera Source North Central Florida y ya va a ver como unas puertas nuevas se le van a abrir. Just ask for help and they will provide it for you. They have wonderful customer service there. They will help you improve your skills, any skills that you have, porque me encanta. You guys have people multiple specialties and you guys can basically help you get there. Como dice Ana, nosotros acá nos está comentando know where to go, exactamente, y conoce a dónde ir. Tu fuente de trabajo, fuente de oportunidades es Career Source del North Central Florida. Quiero mandarle un saludito a Vanessa Vargas Wilson, nuestra influencer.
Saludito, Vanessa.
También tenemos a Liz de Children Trust. Claro, gracias. Liz. Nos encanta. Vamos a compartir esto. Share, please. Share this segment and tag a friend in the comments.
And Beth, sometimes people say, oh, I don't have the time to study, to certificate in that. How much time does take the trainings?
Depends on the training you're doing, but you can spread it out over time. So especially with the e-learning, if you're taking that course, you can take it at whatever pace you need to take it. You know,
good.
If it takes you a week to take the course, you can take it in a week. It just... At whatever time you have to spend, you can start doing those online trainings. And then if you did need more in-person training, such as on-the-job training, then I would still say come in, because if we're going to do on-the-job training, we'll just get you into that job with the mentorship or the apprenticeship or the internship, so that you're not spending time at a job that it's paying the bills, but it's not gaining you those skills.
Oh, yes.
So let us help you transition to a role where now you're also getting paid, but you're also learning the skills that you want to be learning. And as Elio said, there's so many opportunities to learn. So it's very flexible between the on-the-job and the online
So
options.
we have people here in the comments already tagging some friends, and they are saying, can you guys please share the information once again for the training? So is there a specific information for the training, or just go to Career Source?
I would go to careersourcencfl.com, and you're going to find the metrics e-learning information on there. And then you're also going to find our locations, so our address, hours, business numbers, so that if you wanted to come in person, you can do that. Yes.
Okay. Yes, I will put the links in here. Carrera Source North Central Florida está activos y participativos.
Muy buen recurso para nuestra comunidad.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for people that maybe work overnight, that they don't have the enough time in the day to study. That's good, because you can study in your pace, like you say.
Claro.
On time.
Yes. That's what makes the online training so important, because it offers flexibility that the in-person training might not.
Definitely.
Bethany, we love having you here with us. Thank you
so much.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, for all the information. Y bueno, mi gente, nosotros continuamos. Ahora entiendo que vamos a cerrar la última hora con nuestro Gainesville Police Department. Quédate con nosotros, que ya mismo regresamos con el show
de la mañana.
La emisora que te hace vibrar.
Dale candela.
Las 24 horas.